Welcome back YouTubers to my channel of an everyday life of an Aspie. If you're following me right now, basically I'm AspieAnswersAll, or I'm known as Aspie, and I'm basically taking you all on a journey with my life story and experiences with Aspergers syndrome, depression, OCD and the like, as well as just getting to know me as a person outside the mask of these diagnoses that I may share with you all that are quite common in Aspergers syndrome. As I shared earlier in the piece, if you're new to my channel, I just suggest that maybe you can go from the very beginning somewhere. It will save to what I'm saying now, that some of these diagnoses will roll into another diagnosis one way or another. And also I'm all about mental health and awareness, creating an understanding and removing the stereotyping, as well as just basically people's just mentality call on what certain mental health disorders is all about, basically, and hopefully that in order to do that people can just gain a better understanding, knowledge about it all, and obviously be aware that it does exist of some of these mental health disorders regardless what it may be. So also just to be on the front of it too is just to remember that with some of the tips and advice, regardless what I may share, may be of value to you or someone else, so please just don't throw it back at me even if you feel it doesn't deem fit for you. But just bear in mind also, as a disclaimer, that I'm just a normal everyday vlogs, just sharing my everyday life experiences and struggles with the world, obviously along with tips and advice that may fit for you on managing and coping everyday stuff of whatever it may be it depression and OCD and the like of what I've suffered from, or many other stuff that I research up and hopefully give up to you lie down, because all I want to do is just help others and reach out to others, as many as I can, so that they know that they're not alone and they're not going to be judged, misunderstood or what have you. So no further ado, before I run out of time, also I'm about to share with you all about the Aspergers syndrome and characteristic traits, which is going to be based on the female's characteristic traits. I'll be hopefully bringing out the characteristics in the males soon after I do more research, and they will be split into 4 categories, which will be of these traits and characteristics are your appearance and personal habits in the female, intellectual giftedness, education, vocation. Number 3 is your emotional, physical, and number 4 your social and social relationships, I should say, excuse me. Okay, let's begin this. So in the first part of it, of the 4 categories, is your appearance, personal habits. Number 1, females will dress comfortably due to their sensory issues and practicality. Number 2, will not spend much time on grooming, as well as their hair. Hairstyles may have to be wash and wear sometimes when they're in a rush to get somewhere. Number 3, can be quite happy not grooming at all times. Number 4, eccentric personality may be reflected in based on their appearance. Number 5 is youthful for her age and looks, dress, behaviour and taste. Obviously I get that a lot from people sometimes with some of the things that I dress up and or vice versa, how I look sometimes due to my autistic features. Basically I get questioned all the time how old I am, even though I may act more mature than others around me, and sometimes I feel old when I act maturely. Sometimes I do try to let my hair down as much as possible when enough I can, when I'm in the right group that will actually support me and actually make me feel comfortable in my own skin. Number 6 is usually a little more expressive in their face and gestures than the male counterparts. Number 7 may have many androgynous traits, despite an outwardly feminine appearance. Thinks of herself maybe as half female, half male, well balanced anemia-ness. Number 8 may not have a strong sense of identity, can be very chameleon-like, especially before the diagnosis has begun for them. Number 9 basically enjoys reading and films as a retreat, often sci-fi fantasy. Children can have favourites which are a fruit. Number 11 uses control as a stress management technique, rules, discipline, rigid and certain habits which will then in counterparts contradict her seeming unconventionally. And number 13 is usually happier, stay at home or in a controlled environment. So number 2 of the 4 parts of the characteristic traits of your intellectual giftedness, education and vocation. Let's begin this. Number 1, may have been diagnosed as autistic or Aspergers syndrome when younger, or may have been thought of as gifted, shy, sensitive, etc. May also have had obvious or severe learning defects when they were younger. Number 2, they could be often musical or artistic. Number 3, may have a savant skill or strong talent somewhere. Number 4, may have a stronger interest in computers, games, science, graphic design, inventing things of a technological and visual nature. 5, more like the verbal thinkers may gravitate to their writing, languages, cultural studies, psychology. Number 6, maybe a self-taught reader, have been hyperlexic as a child, and will possess a wide variety of other self-taught skills as well. 7 is maybe highly educated but will have had to struggle with social aspects of college, may have one or many partial degrees. Number 8, can be very passionate about a course of study or job, and then change direction or go completely cold on it very quickly. Number 9, will often have trouble holding on to a job and may find employment daunting. Number 9, highly intelligent, yet sometimes can be slow to comprehend due to sensory and cognitive processing issues, will do not well with verbal instructions, needs to write down or have diagrams drawn out to them. And number 10, will have obsessions, but they are not unusual as their male counterparts, less likely to have a transporter. In the section of your emotional physical, it will have here number 1, emotionally immature and emotionally insensitive. Number 2, anxiety and fear are predominant emotions. Number 3, more often to talk about their feelings and emotional issues than males with AS. Number 4, strong sensory issues, sounds, sight, smells, taste, touch, prone to overload, less likely to have taste, food, textures issues as males, but then again it could vary from time to time from both of us. Number 5, moody and prone to bouts of depression, may have been diagnosed as bipolar or manic depressive, commonly comorbids of autism AS, while the AS diagnosis was clearly missed in the first place. Number 7, probably given several different prescriptions to treat symptoms. Number 8, will be very sensitive to the medications and anything else she puts in her body, so she may have an adverse reaction to that effect of that medication she's taking. Number 9, will have mild to severe gastrointestinal difficulties, e.g. ulcers, acid reflux, IBS, etc. Number 10, stims to soothe when sad or agitated, rocking, face rubbing, humming, finger flicking, leg bouncing, finger or foot tapping, etc. etc. Number 11, similarly physical, when happy they'll do the same kind of behavioural traits here, hand flipping, clapping, singing, jumping, running around, dancing, bouncing, prone to temper or crying mountains, even in public, sometimes over seemingly small things due to sensory or emotional overload. Number 11, hates injustice and hates to be misunderstood. This can incite to anger and rage. Number 12, prone to mutism when stressed or upset, especially after a meltdown. And number 12 here, or 13, less likely to stutter than male counterparts, may have been raspy voice, monotone at times when stressed or sad. And last but not least, in the 4 characteristics, traits of these are your social relations and relationships. Number 1, words and actions are often misunderstood by others. Number 2, perceived to be cold-natured and self-centered and unfriendly. Number 3, is very outspoken at times, may get very fired up when talking about their passions and obsessive interests. Number 4, can be very shy or mute. Number 5, like a male counterpart, will begin to shut down in social situations once overloaded, but is generally better at socializing in small doses. May even give the appearance of skill, but it is a performance. 6, doesn't go out much, but prefers to go out with a partner only or children if she has them. Number 7, will not have many girlfriends and will not do girly things like shopping with them or have to get together to hang out. Number 8, will have a close friend or friends in school but not once childhood is reached. Number 9, may or may not want to have a relationship. If she is in a relationship, she probably takes it very seriously, but she may choose to remain celibate or be alone. Number 9, due to sensory issues, will either really enjoy sex or strongly dislike it, either, depending on her moods. Number 9 or 10, wherever I'm up to, if she likes a male, she can extremely noticeably be awkward in her attempts to let him or him know, e.g. she may stare at him constantly when she sees him or call him repeatedly. Number 10, this is because she is fixated and doesn't understand social gender roles. This will change with maturity, however. Last but not least, number 11, often prefers the company of animals but not always due to sensory issues. Will usually be very proud and protective of the gifts that Aspergers Aspergers, autism, Aspergers style, but would like to be more at ease in the world and suffer less is a quote that I would like to add in here for the characteristic traits of females with Aspergers syndrome. So that ends basically the characteristics, and I hopefully enjoyed this and you've learned something. Like I said, every autistic is different, so bear in mind when you're socializing with people that are autistic, maybe just to include them in everyday activities, get to know them of what their quirks are, get to know what they're good at and not good at, and just basically work with them, not against them, and we can do the same for you, so to speak. It's all about, matter of respecting each other. Feel free to, comment below. Feel free to follow me on Twitter, Facebook, AspieAnswersAll, basically. Feel free to also just private message me on the daily if you need to, basically, on Facebook, or even direct message me on YouTube if you need to reach me there, if you don't have a Facebook page or what have you. So in all for you guys, thanks for watching, thanks for the support, and I'll see you again.